So hello my dear students and welcome back to another fresh new episode of your homeschooling and digital learning process. Today we'll be talking about future tense in detail. Now how do people know what is a future tense? Now in grammar, a future tense is a verb form that generally marks the event described by the verb as not yet happened or but expected to happen somewhere in the future. So this is your digital classroom and let's begin the show. So students, we have four types of future tense. First one is your simple future tense. Next we have your future continuous tense. Third is your future perfect tense. And the last one is your future perfect continuous tense. Now students, let us start our show with the simple future tense. So students, this is the structure for your simple future tense. Just check out that you have a subject plus the auxiliary will and the main verb. Now, the main verb will be in the first form of the verb. Got it? So it is subject plus will plus V1 form of the verb. Now understand one thing, for negative sentences in simple future tense, we insert not between the auxiliary verb and the main verb. Got it? Same formula for question sentences, we exchange the subject and the auxiliary verb. Got it? Now let's check out the examples for the same. Students, check out the example. First, in the case of positive sentence, we have I will open the door. Now see, will plus V1 form of the verb, will open. Got it? Next, you will finish before me. So again, will plus V1 form of the verb. Next, in case of negative sentence, as we know, we have to use not here. So she will not be at school tomorrow. We will not leave yet. So for your question sentence, we have will you arrive on time. Already I have explained you, in case of question sentences, we exchange the subject and the auxiliary verb. See, check out here, it's will you arrive on time question mark. It's not you will. Got it? We exchange the subject and the auxiliary verb. So we have exchanged you and will. Got it? So will you arrive on time? Next, will they want dinner question mark. Now students, just check out when do we use the simple future tense. Got it? Now understand one thing, we use simple future tense when we don't have any sort of plan in our mind. Got it? See, the examples here will state that there was no fixed or firm plan in speaker's mind before he spoke his statement. Got it? The decision is made at the time of speaking. So with the help of this particular thing, you can easily understand the simple future tense. See, we use the future simple tense when there is no plan or decision to do something before we speak. We make the decision spontaneously at the time of speaking. Now see, check out this example, it will be very clear. See, hold on, I'll get a pen. The speaker had no fixed plan here. The subject says here that please wait, I'll get a pen. It's a decision taken at the spot. Got it? Next example, we will see what we can do to help you. Got it? So here, in case of simple future tense, we don't have any sort of fixed plan to work out with. Got it? Students, the second case is of prediction. Got it? Now see here, we often use the simple future tense to make a prediction about the future. If you check out the example here, it will rain tomorrow. Got it? We are making a prediction here. That means there's no firm plan again. We are saying what will happen according to our thought process. Got it? People won't go to Jupiter before 22nd century. See, we are predicting something. Who do you think will get the job? Or who do you think must have killed the man? Got it? So many things are there, we are just predicting and we have no firm plan. Got it? So this is the case of prediction. Next we'll be talking about when the main verb is be. Got it? That is be. What we can do there. So students, when our main verb is be, in that case, understand the formula. We can use the simple future tense even if we have a firm plan or decision before speaking. See, the two cases that I said you earlier was where we did not have any sort of plan, but here in case of the main verb as be, we can use simple future tense even if we have a firm plan or we have already made a plan or a decision before speaking or giving out our statement. Okay, now see the example. I'll be in London tomorrow. See, here I have made a plan. Got it? Here we have made a plan, but the verb is be, so we are using a simple future tense here. Got it? My dear students, that was all about your simple future tense. Now let's talk about the future continuous tense. So students, look at the structure of the future continuous tense. We have the subject plus the auxiliary verb will plus the auxiliary verb be plus the main verb. Got it? Now see, we have the subject plus will be plus the base verb along with the ing. So keep this formula in your mind when you construct future continuous tense. It's subject plus auxiliary verb will plus be plus the main verb along with the base form and an ing. For your negative sentence in the future continuous tense, we will insert not between will and be. Keep that thing in mind. And for question sentences, the formula remains the same. We exchange the subject and will. So students, look at these examples. First one is a positive sentence where we have auxiliary verb will and auxiliary verb be together. Now see here, I will be working at 10 a.m. Got it? Now see here, we have will and be together plus the main verb in the base form along with ing, that is working. Got it? So this is the formula you need to keep in your mind. Next, you will be lying on a beach tomorrow. Got it? Next, see the negative sentence. Remember the formula, you need to insert not between will and be. So see here, she will not be using the car. We will not be having dinner at home. Got it? So see, remember the formula, the not has to be placed between will and be to convert into negative sentence. And question sentences, already I said you, just you need to interchange the subject and will. Got it? Now see, will you be playing football? Question mark. Will they be watching TV? Question mark. So the formula remains the same. Keep one thing in your mind, your main verb will be in base form along with an ing. For example, suppose if it is watch plus ing, it becomes watching. Got it? Never commit a mistake in your examination. Okay students, now let me tell you the usage of the future continuous tense. Now see, the future continuous tense generally expresses an action at a particular moment. Keep this particular thing in mind. It expresses an action at a particular moment in the future. Got it? Now, if we talk about action, let me explain you one thing, that the action will have started before that moment. Got it? But it will not have finished at that moment. This is what the word continuous is all about. The action will have started before that moment, but it will not have finished at that moment. Got it? Like, let me give you an example. Take this example as tomorrow I will start work at 2 p.m. and stop work at 6 p.m. Got it? So I'll start work at 2 p.m. and stop work at 6 p.m. Now if you see this table here, The table says at 4 p.m. tomorrow I'll be working. That's genuinely true. Now, why it is true? Why this fact is absolutely true? Because, see, tomorrow I will start my work at 2 p.m. correct, and stop work at 6 p.m. So my working period is from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Now, in between, the sentence says at 4 p.m. tomorrow I'll be working. Correct. So my work will be in a continuous mode. So at 4 p.m. I'll be in the middle of my work. Got it? So understand one more thing, that when we use the future continuous tense, our listener usually knows or understands what time we are talking about. Got it? Our listener will clearly know, or he or she will clearly understand what time we are talking about. This is another trick to identify your future continuous tense. Now, let me give you another example. Suppose I will be playing cricket at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So my listener clearly knows that my schedule is fixed and I'll be playing tennis or cricket or football at 10 a.m. tomorrow somewhere. Got it? So this formula clearly states that our listener will know what time we are talking about. Students, I hope that you people have understood the future continuous tense very well. Now we'll be talking about the future perfect tense. So this is your structure for the future perfect tense. See here, only addition is have. Correct? Now see, subject plus the auxiliary verb will plus the auxiliary verb have plus the main verb. Correct? So we have will have together along with the V3 form of the verb. Now let's check out few examples related to the future perfect tense. Now see, first in the positive case we have I will have finished by 10 a.m. Got it? So we have will plus have plus V3 form of the verb. Keep this thing in your mind. Got it? Next, you will have forgotten me by then. Remember, forget, forgot, forgotten. So V3 of forget is forgotten. Okay, now coming down to your negative sentence, remember, not has to be placed between will and have here. Got it? So she will not have gone to school. Go, went, gone. So she will not have gone to school. We will not have left. Next, coming down to your question sentence, just you need to exchange the subject and the auxiliary verb will. So will you have arrived? Question mark. Will they have received it? Question mark. Got it? Now students, let me tell you something about the usage of future perfect tense. Now first understand that the future perfect tense expresses an action in the future before another action in the future. Got it? Now what happens here? Future perfect tense will express an action in the future before another action takes place in the future. Got it? Now this is also known as the past in the future. Now let me tell you in the form of an example. Now see, the train will leave the station at 9 a.m. Got it? Imagine a train will leave the station at 9 a.m. Got it? You will arrive at the station at 9:15 a.m. Got it? Now, when you arrive at the station, the train will have left the station. So this is where we use will have plus V3 and create the future perfect tense. Now see, in this particular table we have written the train will have left when you arrive. Got it? Now what did I say you? I said you that the train will leave the station at 9 a.m. Got it? So clearly in the box it's written that the train leaves in future at 9 a.m. somewhere. Got it? Now see, you arrive at the station somewhere at 9:15 a.m. Correct? That too is in future. Correct? And then what will you tell? You will tell that the train will have left. Got it? Students, that's all from your future perfect tense. Next, we'll be talking about future perfect continuous tense. At the end of the video, I'll be giving you a practice module to solve. Now, students, this is your structure for the future perfect continuous tense. Now, understand it very properly. You have subject plus the auxiliary will plus the auxiliary have plus the auxiliary be. Correct? Which in past participle can be written as been. Then you have the main verb in the base form plus ing. See this formula very properly. You have subject will have auxiliary be changes into been, then the main verb in the base form plus an ing attached to it. Like it can be, suppose if it is watch, will have been watching. Correct? Now you see here all the formulas are absolutely perfect. Only keep one thing in your mind, that for negative sentence in future perfect continuous tense we'll insert not between will and have. Got it? For question sentences we exchange the subject and will, the same formula that I had said you earlier. Now students, take a look at these examples. First, in the positive case, we have I will have been working for 4 hours. Now see, the formula will plus have plus been plus the base form of the verb along with ing attached. So the base form here is work plus ing, it's working. Got it? You will have been traveling for 2 days. It's still in progress. You will have been traveling for 2 days. Next, come down to negative sentence. She will not have been using the car. Now already you know the formula. You need to place not in order to convert a sentence into negative, and here you need to place it in between will and have. Next, we will not have been waiting long. Next, in case of question sentence, you need to exchange will and the subject. So, will you have been playing football? Question mark. Next, will they have been watching TV? Now students, let us talk about the usage of the future perfect continuous tense. Now students, keep one thing in your mind, that the future perfect continuous tense is almost a kind of the future perfect tense, but it expresses longer actions or states extending up to some specific event or time in the future. Correct? Now for example, Ram starts waiting at 9 a.m. Check out here. It's Ram starts waiting at 9 a.m. I am late and cannot arrive before 10 a.m. So, Ram will have been waiting for an hour by the time I meet him. Got it? Now, my arrival time is something else. Got it? Ram starts waiting at somewhere 9 a.m. My arrival time is somewhere 10 a.m. So, by the time I arrive, Ram will have been waiting for an hour. Now, see in this particular box, I have written the same thing, like Ram will have been waiting for 1 hour when I arrive. Got it? See, it has been clearly explained here. Ram starts waiting at 9 a.m. somewhere. Got it? I will arrive in future at 10 a.m. This is why we are using will have been plus waiting. Got it? Now students, notice one more thing. about long action. Just now I said, it expresses longer action or state. Now, here, the long action or state can start at any time in the past, present, or future. Got it? Keep one thing in your mind. In case of your future perfect continuous tense, there will be longer action, but this particular long action or state can start at any time in the past, present, or future, but it will always end in the future. Got it? It might start at past, present, or future. Of course, it will definitely end in the future. Now, see this particular box and check out the example. Next Monday, we will have been living here for exactly 5 years. Got it? Next Monday, we will have been living here for exactly 5 years. Now, see, 5 years ago, the action has started somewhere, or the longer action of the state is there. Present, we are still living there, and the sentence itself is indicating something in future, and it is ending. Got it? That is the next month. I'll give you a few more examples, like how long will Ram have been working here when he retires? Question mark. Got it? How long will Ram have been working here when he retires? So, see, action in the past, present, ending in future somewhere. Got it? Okay, another example. Next month, I will have been studying French for 4 years. Got it? Next month, I'll have been studying French for 4 years. My dear students, that's all from today's episode. Next, I'll be bringing in a few functional grammar for you people. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and keep learning. Don't forget to check out the module at the end.